if and when they
I have a
arrive.
puff of hair in the middle of my head and I don't like that.
That's a ponytail.
I think we're live.
Nah.
Nope, now we're live.
Hey guys.
Hey!
Hi.
It's all of us at one big happy.
Well, all of us except for Baby Reese. Welcome. Nope, now we're live. Joseph's gonna mute that.
Huh.
Welcome to Vlogmas. It is December 1st, which means the
I can get my permit. Sorry.
which means the holiday season is like officially in full swing now, right? It's the countdown to Christmas. And so we are going to be participating in Vlogmas, which is this thing where you post a video every day for the month of December. That is our goal. Help us
And a
out
lot of them are going to be Christmas related because that's the whole, not the entire idea, but it's going to be themed for sure. Not everything, but all right. So we're also going to take a little bit of a break from the Singapore videos. We know that we're on episode 7, basically our first, well, no, I mean our first full day where we are actually awake the whole day and
in Singapore.
kind of ready to go in Singapore. Yeah. So we'll be doing one of those about once a week until they're finished. I don't know. We have 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
To go.
Hi Tammy. Hi Shani. Hi Sherwin.
So we'll keep doing those about once a week until they're done.
Yeah, I think we're gonna post them every Wednesday.
And then so we'll get back to our normal kind of videos during December, and of course one every single day. So
yeah. Okay, so let's get into the Singapore recap. So like our impressions, because obviously there's only so much that we're able to put in the vlogs themselves, and we're fairly new to travel vlogging. So it was kind of trial and error, figuring out what to film, what not to film, and making the best of the footage that we had. So I guess I will start. So number 1, our decision to take a train up to New York from DC was the best decision that we could have made because it was so relaxing. We didn't have to worry about driving. We didn't have to worry about traffic. That was really awesome and definitely worth it, though a little bit costlier than driving.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but it was totally worth it because otherwise I would have been that much more tired.
Yeah, because Joseph would have been driving.
Because I would have driven. And of course, going up, we did stay the night. And so that part was nice because we were a little bit more refreshed going into the flight.
And we're going to do a full cost breakdown of the trip, but we'll probably drop some things that we remember kind of off the top of our heads as we're going through it. So, like, for example, our flights, which were the main reasons why we went, were $350 a person round trip, which was just an unbelievable deal, especially if you guys saw the food that they gave us on those flights. It was so good. We still talk about the food. I think we were talking about the food just yesterday, right, Alexis? Yeah. How we missed the bento boxes.
And how cute it was, just like the whole setup of stuff. It was very tasty.
Yeah, no, I think the flights went really, really well.
All things considered with a baby.
Yeah, I mean, Reeves barely cried at all. And we were on planes for 21 hours getting there.
Hi, Linda.
So it worked out incredibly well. He ended up watching a lot more Moana than we were expecting. We took a bunch of different games, a bunch of different activities.
A whole bag full of toys that we didn't really use.
But we had stored that bag in the overhead bin, and he just kept asking to watch Moana. And so I was like, well...
Because he doesn't get to watch it very often. He's lucky if he sees Moana once a week, and that would be like his television for the whole week.
And not like the whole movie once a week, but just like a little
piece of it. So to be able to sit and just watch the whole movie multiple times in a row just like made his day. So Tammy asked us which airline it was. It was Japan Airlines. And we found the deal because I signed up for Scott's Cheap Flights, which is a free email service where they'll email you about various flight deals and mistake fares as they come about. And they have a paid version that I think is like $40 a year. We don't have the paid version. The paid version gets the absolute best deals. We have the free version, And this was a fare that was part of the free version. And I was actually sitting on the plane on the way back next to someone who also took advantage of the Scott's cheap flight deals, but he lived in Florida. Yeah, it's so just Google Scott's cheap flights if you haven't heard of them. Tammy says she has, and just sign up for their email. So we get their like daily emails, sometimes 2 times a day. I think the most recent one I got.
She signs up.
I think I got one today for flights for between $400 and $500 to somewhere in China where the stone soldiers are. I don't know exactly where that is.
Oh, the Terracotta Warriors.
The Terracotta Warriors, yeah. For $500, between $400 and $500, and also Cancun.
That's pretty good.
For $250 round trip. That's so. But Joseph doesn't want to go to Mexico. And Paris was $150 right around Alexis's birthday. So I was trying to convince Joseph to let me take her out of school again to go take her to Paris because she wants to go.
We could have done it over spring break, the 5-day weekend.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, I'm very concerned that if we take her out of school too much, that she'll get held back. And that
Why would I, of all people, get held back?
Because you missed too much school by law. Bam, held back.
Okay, so flights. Now we're in Japan, so let's talk about that. The bathrooms, guys. Oh my gosh, the bathrooms in Japan were
still
spotless.
talks about it now.
I am like a huge, like I have bathroom, like I don't like really, public restrooms can be really, really dirty. Japan, it was just not like that. I've never seen such meticulously clean bathrooms with all these amenities. So they had the bidets with all the cooling air, heated seats, warm air, of course the water to like clean yourself. But then they also had things like disinfectant so you can disinfect everything before you use it if you want to, which, I actually didn't, but I thought about it. And seat covers. So you can disinfect and then put a seat cover on. I mean, like, that's like over the top, even for like a germaphobe like me.
And then when you sit down, the toilet recognizes that you're there and it starts playing this cool kind of water music. Not music, but it's just water in a river.
Trickling water. Yeah. So it's like totally private. You can't hear anything else but the peaceful sounds of trickling water.
Feels weird to talk about the bathrooms.
They were amazing, though.
It's such a different experience. And so now when we got back, Mom was like, oh, I don't want to use the bathroom.
So the other thing that was awesome about it, though, is that they always had a separate handicap bathroom, which, none of us are disabled, but I saw that and really valued that and could see that they valued disabled people in their society. But they also had baby areas. So the baby changing areas were not part of the regular bathrooms. The babies had their own separate restroom areas, complete with private nursing rooms for the moms and changing tables that were padded and cushy and comfortable, but still made of plastic so you could disinfect them. And so it's just
there was also the water thing that gave cool and hot water.
Yeah, for formula, hot water dispenser so that your baby could actually have a warm bottle of formula if you were formula feeding. And I'm like, wow, they really care about families. This is a society that values families, mothers, babies, comfort. Like, it was just nice.
And in the women's bathroom, I don't know about the men's, but in the women's bathroom stalls, there were little seats for children. If you were a mother and you had a baby, you could pull out this seat that was on the wall and stick your baby in there
and strap your child in it so you can use the bathroom in peace. That's really nice.
The baby's just sitting there.
That was pretty cool. So that's what I liked about Japan. But the thing that really surprised me about Japan, which kind of shouldn't, this is the American in me, so they didn't speak a lot of English. And I assumed, at least in the airport, that the people that worked in the airport would have pretty strong English skills, and they don't.
Well, so I was not really surprised by that. I thought that the amount of English that they were able to speak at the information desk to help us get around was really good. And because we didn't speak any Japanese, so we're just kind of figuring out how to get places. And it was really fortunate that we stopped and talked to them, because we had been thinking that we were flying in to a completely different airport in Tokyo than we actually were.
Yeah, like I had a plan. We had a 7-hour layover. I planned out exactly what train we needed to take from the airport, which I thought was Narita Airport. And so we would take the train over to Narita City, where there's a temple and souvenir shopping. And then I also picked out 2 restaurants, either a ramen or a sushi place, depending on what we were feeling like. So I had the itinerary was set, and then they're like, why are you trying to go to Narita City? Do you see where that is? Do you see where the airport is? And I'm like, where are we? And they're like, we're at Haneda Airport. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I had no idea what we were going to do, and then nothing's in English.
But there's a gigantic mall that's just a few stops away from that airport, and so they just directed us there, and we went there, and that was
Yeah,
perfectly
the
fine.
train station, that was really pretty. And plus, there were gates that were just
To stop
lined
you
the
from falling
whole.
into the tracks, which is nice.
Unlike New York, you just walk and bloop, you fall, and you're dead. But moving on.
The other thing that was kind of odd about Japan were like there were so many, at least that one area where we were in Tokyo, so many gambling places. Like every other spot was a gambling spot with like half naked anime characters on the out, like women, half naked anime women on the outside. So that was
obviously not something that we see in the U.S.
yeah.
at all, and certainly not. I mean, just the sheer number. It was every few, like I guess every
Stores?
block had a casino in this mall, and like I don't think they had table games. I think it was all like slot
Slots.
machines, but they were pretty big establishments. So I was really surprised that there was that much gambling in this one little area,
They were all shiny.
and it's
they had
not
lots of
like a single casino.
Yeah, I'd love to speak to a Japanese person and understand, especially about the like anime women characters, like culturally what that means. Like, I wonder if they see those, like the cartoon characters as not real, and so it's not the same kind of, like I don't want to say it because like YouTube has been demonetizing like everything, so I want to avoid certain words, and I'm trying to figure out a way to not say this word. So it's basically objectifying women. There we go. I'll use objectifying. And so maybe to them it's not that, but to us, like gambling places, they're kind of like pushed off to the side, and you definitely wouldn't see half naked women on the advertised on the outside. You'll only see that in Victoria's Secrets. So I just kind of wonder how that kind of balances in the culture, like where you won't see half naked live women, but you will see the anime women, cartoon characters.
Singapore?
Okay,
All
well,
right.
so it took us 14 hours to get to Tokyo, and then the next flight was 8 hours, and so it's like you think we're all done because we landed somewhere, and it's still a really long plane ride. But that one went faster, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, it's a little bit shorter, but even time flew by on that one.
Yeah, so then we landed at like 7 in the morning, 6:30 something in the morning in Singapore. And so it was basically time to get the day started. So when I booked the flights, that seems awesome because you land and you have a whole day ahead of you. Well, when you're jet lagged, it makes having that whole day ahead of you kind of hard.
And plus, it was 11 hours of 11-hour time difference. So really, it was 6 p.m. and that's when Reeves goes down, and that's kind of when we're all really tired and we're just hanging out, and so that didn't go
but
well.
We forced ourselves to stay awake. It actually wasn't that bad until I would say mid-afternoon, which would be 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, per our biological clock. And that's when things got really bad for me. I felt like you guys were doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was fine.
Me too.
Like I got enough sleep on the plane that I was ready to go, and I knew that if you go to sleep the first day before you're supposed to, that it's going to wreck you for days after that. And so I just absolutely refused to go to sleep until it was bedtime there. And so I was fine the whole trip. Coming back, I didn't do that as well, and so then that caught me.
So Art says that he or she was in Singapore at the same time as us. Oh, would have been nice to meet you. We actually ran into the daughter of a subscriber in the airport on our way back.
Yeah, and then she called her mom.
Yeah, and so
then
then we talked to her on the phone.
yeah.
It was
That's
a
funny.
new experience.
Okay, so then getting out of the airport, we were able to get a lot of stuff accomplished. We were able to get some money at the airport, which isn't the best place to change your money because the fees are going to be higher. But we needed some, so we did that. Or did we stop at ATM? We might have stopped at ATM,
No,
but
we were
also
at the airport.
we got SIM cards for our cell phones, which are international phones, and so we were able to just switch that. And then we had internet in Singapore, and we could text and talk to each other. Although I don't know, we might have made a couple of phone
Yeah,
calls to each other.
we
the whole
didn't really
time,
talk to each other. It's mostly for the internet.
yeah, so that worked out really well. It's nice that that's so easy to do.
And we had planned to take public transportation in Singapore for everything, and we actually got all the way to the MRT station, and there was a super long line to get the MRT cards. So we were just so exhausted. We just did not want to stand in that line. So we went ahead and took a cab over to the hotel, and that ended up being what, like $20 maybe,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, so they have these special visitor passes for its unlimited public transit, but it's
For
only
3 days.
But yeah, so it's only for 3 days, and so then you have to just like if it's a short trip or one in between like ours, we're there for 5 days. It's picking. Well, do you then buy a second one for 3 days or go trip by trip? And it just kind of depends how much you're going to be moving around. And for the most part, we weren't going to be making that many trips.
Yeah,
But
and
we
so
still
it's like if we
went
had
to the
bought, it
airport.
was $20 a
Or went back to
person
the
for
hotel.
the unlimited pass. If we had bought that, well, the very next day, which was day 2, we went to Gardens by the Bay and the Marina Bay Sands. We walked. We didn't take the MRT at all. So that would have been a whole day that wouldn't have benefited us. And then the next day, spoilers, we went to Sentosa. Well, you can't even take the MRT all the way across to Sentosa. You can only take it to the Sentosa train, which you then have to pay to go across to Sentosa. So, and we ended up taking the cable car anyway.
More spoilers.
And the cab.
Yeah,
Oops,
that's
sorry,
Spoilers,
spoilers.
stop.
Sorry. Okay, I'm stopping. Okay.
Okay, well, so I mean that's pretty much.
Yeah, so you guys checked out the hotel. We stayed at the Pan Pacific Singapore, which was amazing. Like, we absolutely loved it. Everything about it was awesome. Singapore, the hotels don't have a lot of 4-person rooms. When we looked, a lot of them were 3-person rooms. So it was like a full-size bed and then a twin bed. And the rooms were really tiny. So we were looking at getting 2 rooms, which was was going to be pretty expensive until I came across the Pan Pacific Singapore and, got a pretty good deal on it. And again, we'll share these exact numbers once we put it all together in another video. But I will say, to get a good deal on it, I did 2 things. I bought, sorry, Melody, I don't know. What do you mean, are we doing anything for 15K?
15K subs.
Oh, 15K subs. Wow. Okay.
Your daughter knows
I'll have to
that.
think about
so
that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
know the lane.
Depends how long it takes us to get there.
What do you think we should do? But so
What
to
do you
finish
guys
the story.
want? Like,
Yeah.
what we've actually been talking about this a lot. Oh, what do we do? Because we've seen other people do things, and I mean, I don't know.
So just to finish the story really quick. So we booked through hotels.com. We used Ebates to book through hotels.com, so we got some money back there. And I bought hotels.com gift certificates through Raise, also using Ebates. And so when you buy the gift certificates through Raise, you get a discount. So we got something like an 8% discount on the hotels.com gift certificate, plus the 1.8% back using Ebates on Raise. And then when we use the gift certificates on hotels.com, which was already cheaper than the hotel website, then you get another, ow, hit my hand, 1.8% back on Ebates. So that's how we, lowered. So it ended up giving us like 15% off the already lower price by going through hotels.com. So that's how we did that. But yeah, so that was awesome. You guys have seen the vlogs. I think unless there's anything else you guys want to add about the vlogs, we'll just move on to Vlogmas.
Yes, let's
Just more
move to
Vlogmas.
Vlogmas.
Right. I guess the one thing I will say about Gardens by the Bay, so we didn't actually film the super grove trees, which are these gigantic structures that look like trees, that have things growing on them,
And
that light
eventually
up
will
at
look
night.
like trees in about
Yeah.
5-10 years.
So they're these metal structures that have plants that are growing up the metal, and so they're in the shape of trees, and so eventually it'll grow all over them, and then it'll look really cool.
Yeah, but that place was so beautiful. I don't know, like, if you guys could really tell from the vlogs. I mean, I kind of wish we had more footage, even though the vlogs were long to begin with. But I've just never seen any place that beautiful in my whole life. And that includes both natural beauty in terms of plants and things like that, but then also the architectural beauty. Like the man-made things were just really gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vlogmas.
Okay, yeah, you want to
So,
say something about
Vlogmas.
Vlogmas?
Yeah, okay, what do you want to talk about? Go.
So I don't know if we talked about this, but we do days of Christmas. We do 12 days of Christmas. So what we do is each person gets $50 to spend on the other 2 people. And since there are 12 days and there's 3 of us, we each get 4 presents for each person, for each other person. And so, right? No, that's wrong. No, that's right.
No.
That's only
no,
right.
no.
That's only right if Reeves is buying presents.
So this is the first year that we
No,
have
but-
days of Christmas
but 12
with
divided by
4
3 is
family
4.
members.
It's 4. You buy 4 presents for each person.
It's 6.
It is?
Yeah,
Well,
you're
it
not
was-
buying-
was-
you're not buying any for
four of
yourself, right? Okay. I can't math.
Okay,
It's
she
6.
can math.
But in reality, if you include Reeves, then it's 4.
Yeah,
Well,
but
now
Reeves isn't
it's
buying
4.
presents, so
Yeah.
We're really buying presents for ourselves from Reeves.
So we haven't figured this out. So last year we didn't include Reeves in 12 Days of Christmas because he was less than a year old. This year he's going to know what's going on, so he will need things for 12 Days of Christmas. So we need to work out the math and figure out the logistics on that.
But anyway.
Well, so I
But-
already bought my 12 Days of Christmas things.
For the 2 of us?
Yeah.
Or for all 3 of us?
No, well, so I didn't know if we were gonna get him things for Reeves or not, so I didn't buy those yet. But
So 12 Days of Christmas, that's going to be part of Vlogmas,
Yes.
at least some of the days. What else are we
probably
going to be doing?
attached to other
Another
videos.
video, yeah.
So what I have, I mean,
Christmas
figuring that we're
sweater
gonna have-
shopping. Sorry,
What?
that's probably not going to happen.
What?
Christmas sweater shopping.
No,
we already
that's
got
not
Christmas
gonna
I don't wear
sweaters.
sweaters, so
We have to
Not
get ugly
usually.
Christmas sweaters.
okay. So I mean, we'll have some normal personal finance stuff, DIY. I think decorations. Might be vlogging as we decorate, those kinds of things.
Yes, definitely going to do a
Some
home
food,
decor tour,
holiday themed food. I think
holiday
we're gonna,
themed drinks.
yeah. So
Gingerbread
we're gonna
houses.
we're gonna make some eggnog. I think a few different ways. So that's exciting. I love eggnog. We've made it ourselves before,
Mhm.
but not the kind that sits and take a long time. And so we're definitely gonna do that.
We really
Gingerbread
should. I feel like
houses.
that you should have done like 2 weeks ago or something. They make
Well,
it really...
maybe we'll do it this weekend.
Okay. Yeah. So if you guys have any other thoughts on what we should do for Vlogmas, what you want to see, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I think that's about it for this video. Unless you guys have any other questions.
Last minute questions.
Yes, we'll give you guys a minute.
Yeah, we didn't do Friday Finance and FAQs, so this is your only chance for Qs this week.
Thanks, Sue. Sue says she loves our channel. We appreciate each and every one of you guys and how you support our channel and that you subscribe to us. So thank you.
Oh, it seems like we answered everybody's questions.
Yeah. Okay. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas number 2. Bye.
Bye.
And it. Oh.
Oh,
Wasn't
goodness.
Alexis going to start your own channel? Okay,
Well, so
really
she was
quick.
thinking about it.
I was thinking about it, but I'm really busy.
She's so busy.
Yeah, I think ultimately it's just going to be too much work right this second.
Yeah, maybe she could do like
Might start in the
something-
summer or something like that.
or do a couple videos like people had suggested do a video every once in a while on our channel, like even, and see if she can work up to doing one video a week on One Big Happy. And then, you know, if she does it and she likes it, because guys, YouTube and making videos, it's a lot of work. So you really have to enjoy the process in order to keep going with it. So she'd have to see how she likes it. Well, she'll just let you talk, really.
Oh yeah, they basically said everything I wanted to say.
Sorry, so you can say it again. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm just really busy right now, but maybe if I think about it a little bit more and decide on a plan, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't happen for a while, who knows? But if it does, stay tuned and you will see.
And there are a couple of things actually happening in December, right? Two big things for you that so you'll be the focus of those videos.
Oh yeah, I'm getting my permit, my driver's permit. I can today, but we didn't do that.
Because she hasn't studied for the test
Nobody
yet.
needs to know that, okay?
We've been asking her for like the past year. Have you studied? Are you studying?
The past year? What are you talking about? Nobody needs to know that. Okay. And I'm also having a party. Having a Christmas
small get together.
It's like, yeah. So that's gonna go well. We're doing a little white elephant gift.
Good luck.
Thank you,
Christina says good luck to Alexis.
Thank you. I need luck. I need lots of it.
I'm so excited because I hate driving, so I'm looking forward to like just tossing her the keys and just
they're like,
sitting
okay,
back and relaxing.
Like,
yeah, this is where I want to go. Just drive me.
I'm not a chauffeur.
I only really enjoy driving if the car itself is a fun drive.
Sports car.
And we do not have those cars anymore. So I don't like driving either. I prefer public transit because I can sit there or stand there.
Yeah.
Which is why I miss Philadelphia. I hardly ever drove there. It's awesome.
Okay, so that was the last question. Thanks you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.